What's good, YouTube? It's Brazy Plays back with another NBA 2K26 My Team video, and today we have kind of a sad day, basically. So, obviously, if you've been following along this year, you guys probably know that I did pull Victor Wembanyama Galaxy Opal out of a base pack. I've talked about this a lot because I just how crazy it was for me this year. And at the time, my initial reaction was to probably sell him right away. But after playing with him, the card was just too good to sell. And you only get so many opportunities in 2K throughout the year to have a card that's so much more overpowered than any other card in the game. So I held on to him for a while. But I think with how close we are getting to All-Star Weekend, I think now is the time. Because I think I'll basically have 2 weekends after this one to sell Wemby, and I think as we get closer to All-Star break, more and more people, or more and more cards are going to start going down a ton in value. So we're going to go ahead and get ahead of that and try to sell them a couple weekends out, see if we can hopefully get 5 million plus MT for them. But I can't say enough good stuff about this card. Obviously, he's been absolutely amazing this year for me. So we're going to kind of look at what they're going for, and also explain to why one of the other reasons that we are going to be selling him. I did want to get some more. Also, I'm selling a bunch of diamond shoes right now, but I did want to get more legend badges for him. I got 17, and I'm not close enough to mode completion to where I think I can get another one. Arguably should have maybe taken that over Jaden McDaniels just to get 3 more that I could possibly put on him. But Jaden McDaniels is obviously a really good player, so not upset to get him. But yeah, so part of the reason, or we'll look real quick what he's going for in the auction house. So there's almost 6 hours left. It does have quite a bit more badges than mine, going for 27,000. And also I am selling this card on Saturday, basically Saturday night around 6ish. I might post it. I don't know if I want to post it right this second, or I might post it after, but basically I wanted to post him Saturday for 24 hours to where he'd end relatively late Sunday, just so he had all day Sunday to go. I might, looking at it now with this one being posted for 22 hours, I might give it a little bit longer since it has more legend badges, and that would only be 2 hours behind, because I want mine to at least have a couple hours to kind of be the standalone, like the first one in line on Wemby. So hopefully we get lucky. I mean, at the end of the day, when you post for 24 hours, you can also, someone could post for one for 4 hours or 12 hours tomorrow, right ahead of mine. But this one going for 3.2. I saw one end earlier for over 5 mil, and he had around 27 badges or legend badges as well. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna hold off. I guess I won't technically post him in the video, or he will be posted obviously, and then we'll cut to obviously over a day later in the video later on to show how much he went for. But one of the other main reasons that I'm kind of okay going ahead and selling him is All-Star Weekend. We talked about that. Wemby is an All-Star starter, and in previous years, the All-Star starters get dark matters. So Wemby most likely will get a dark matter, which will in turn make the value of the Galaxy Opal go down quite a bit. And the other reason is I right now have 8 of the Galaxy Opal pieces for Alex Sarr, and it's the weekend, so we'll get our King of the Court one, as well as 2, or basically a dark matter piece from Triple Threat Park for our 5-game win streak. So we'll have, just from Triple Threat Park, we'll get the last remaining pieces for Alex Sarr. He's 7'1". He's got a good jump shot. I mean, he's obviously not as good as Wemby, but he's somebody that I'm comfortable playing at my center position to kind of take his place and at least be good enough to compete in like Showdown and stuff and King of the Court. Because like at the end of the day, I'm not going to win King of the Court. I don't really I knew that coming into the year, that obviously that's something that I'm not really going for, or could go for if I wanted to. So I think Sarr will be good enough for what I need. And then the MT, if I can get like 5 million for WEMBY, or even maybe a little bit less, that'll push me close to 10 million, if not over 10 million, if we get lucky with the sell price on them. So that's kind of my thought process. But so right now that's all I got, but I will basically, I'll cut to tomorrow and add that in the video, and we'll go over kind of what he sold for. So this will be like 5 seconds for you, but it'll be a whole day for me. So we'll catch back up on that. So we are back. It's been 5 seconds for you guys probably, but 24 or over 24 hours for me. The WEMBY should have cleared escrow by now. So we're going to look at how much he sold for, and basically if I think it's kind of accurate. I looked throughout the day, and a lot of them were selling for like right under 5 million. I think a couple went over, but I think they had a couple more legend badges in mine. So I'm hoping for close to 5 million, or maybe at least 4 million after the tax, because obviously with a card like this, you are going to be paying a lot of tax, because if let's say it sold for 4 million exactly, right there's 400,000 in tax you're paying. So you're only bringing home 3.6 million, which is kind of crazy. I get the tax, but at the same time, like, let's say someone wants to try out this WEMBY, they buy it for 3 million, or like they buy a WEMBY for 3 million and they hate the card, and then they go to sell it and it sells for exactly 3 million. So they just lost, or they basically lost 300,000 just for wanting to try a card out. So I think a little bit, especially with more expensive cards, I think the 10% tax is a little crazy. I think it possibly maybe changing it to a card by card basis, if the auction house is going to be set up the way it is. I also do sometimes wish you could just post a card for how much like you want to sell it for, maybe put maximums or minimums or something for certain cards. It's kind of similar. I think that's kind of how Madden does it, but that way, if I wanted to get 5 million out of this card, I could put them up for 5 million, and if people wanted to pay it, they could pay it. If not, I could relist them or whatever. But it's such a risk with the escrow, or with the bid system, basically, that if you get unlucky with time frame, that you can get screwed. And sometimes it just seems weird. Like I've seen a lot of people say like their card goes for way less when they actually sell it, and compared to all the other ones that day were going for like 500K more, and then theirs sells and it's magically way cheaper. I mean, I don't know if anything's necessarily fishy going on, but it just sometimes it feels that way. But let's just go right into it. Let's take a look at what we're getting for them. Hopefully, like I said, I want to see like at least 4.8 to 4.9, maybe over 5 would be amazing. I mean, he was like one of the last two up for the entire night, so let's see if we get lucky. So 4.2, I mean, it's definitely less than I wanted. I will not be bringing, basically I'll pay 420,000 MT in tax, so I'll be bringing home around 3.8 or a little bit over 3.8. So overall, not, I basically wanted, my hope was to push me over 10 million MT. That was kind of like the bare minimum I wanted. I was hoping to maybe go, closer to 11 million, just so I had some MT to play with if I wanted to pick up like a Kristaps Porzingis or just different cards that are a little bit cheaper now. But, overall, I mean, still not too bad. Let's see, this should put us at basically 3.8 million. After we collect some of this other stuff and some other stuff sells, we'll be pushing, 10 million, which is awesome. That's kind of, the plan was to get as much MT before All-Star Weekend, because like I said previous, I think in the video, basically when All-Star Weekend hits, there should be a Dark Matter WEMBY, and that one, could be good enough, like kind of like Dikembe Mutombo last year, that card could be good enough to probably play till the end of the year. So, if I spend 5 to 7 million on a card like that, I get a card that will probably be on my team for the remainder of the game. Also, real quick, just wanted to hit on this since I'm already kind of going over selling stuff in the auction house. I would recommend looking at like your jerseys and stuff. This one obviously is not sold like right away, but I've sold a decent amount of like the cooler jerseys for like 4,000 plus. And you get these basketballs, some of them are listed for a little bit. I sold a couple of those. But I mean, if you got stuff in your collection and you want to save up some MT, I think I hit on the diamond shoes already, but those have some value, especially some of the cooler ones like the Nike Sabrinas. If you have any of those go for like 7,000 MT. And then coach cards, if you have any rubies, even sapphires, some of the ones that have like 3-point boost or speed boost go for a little bit more. But if you have like an amethyst coach, some of those go for like still like 40 to 50K, I think. So I would definitely like look through your collection and kind of up until I might make a video kind of on like what I would do to prepare for All-Star Weekend and kind of the ways to make some quick MT up until then. But yeah, that's something that I just came across. I just kind of was going through my collection looking for stuff to make some quick MT, and some of these are, they might not sell too just because some are listed for, I think some of these were listed for like 7,000. So I just tried to go like half just to get it sold quick. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you never know until you try to sell it, and you can always relist it if it doesn't sell. So just a quick tip to make some MT off stuff that's just sitting dormant in your collection. But yeah, that's the video. It's definitely a sad day that Wemby's gone. But the bright side is I don't know if I've ever in my team been 10 million plus MT in my entire history. So, and I think we're going to hit that because before I spend MT, I think I'll earn another, 200,000 or so. But let me know what the most MT you guys have ever had in my team. I mean, obviously this would not be possible without the lucky pool of Wemby. But even before this, I mean, having 6 million basically earned this quick, or at this point in the game, I feel like I've been relatively smart with my MT. So let me know what you guys have right now and kind of the most you've ever had in your history of 2K. So as always, thanks for watching, and tune into the next video.